I'm running out of time, but I'll do a couple more. Jesse, hi Andrew, I've been married for just over a year. I love my wife very much. I know she has some interest in having a child. However, I don't feel that we are in the best place financially to have a child, and I don't see that changing in the near future. I'm torn. I want to give my wife a child, but at the same time, I want to be able to provide a good life and get prepared. I know that you are never really prepared for a child. I've heard Ben say on his show that he thinks that couples who are married are morally obligated to bear children for the future generation. That's a very Jewish thing. That's really funny. That's a real Jewish tenet of Jewish thought. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel married couples are morally obligated to have children? And also, should I take our financial situation into account when determining when to have a child? Any advice will help. I don't think you're morally obligated to have children. I do think children are just a great gift, and my father, who didn't often give good advice, but he did give me one piece of advice that actually was good, which he used to say, children, every baby brings its own loaf of bread into the world. Every baby is born with its own loaf of bread. And what he meant by that is you find some way. You find a way. When you have a child, you don't just leave them out there. You're a responsible guy. You love your wife. You find a way. She'll find a way to bring in more money. Listen, I love kids. I wish I had more. I would happily have more. And so I can't tell you to have a child, obviously. I can't advise you to have a child. But I would put it before anything, I would put it before anything. And especially if your wife wants one, she's only got a certain amount of time in which she can do it. It means so much when you get older and your child is grown and you have children out in the world and you start to have grandchildren, you will be so happy. You will be so happy you had those children. If you truly feel that it's going to crush you, then maybe try to solve that problem first. But I did personally. I was broke when I had my first kid. I was absolutely broke. I wasn't broke for long. And that kid showed up. I thought, man, somebody's got to feed this kid, and it ain't going to be anybody else but me. And I got rich real fast. Kids made me rich. Kids made me a man. They made me rich. You solve the problem. So I wouldn't solve the problem first. Let the kid come. That will solve the problem.